Hello, everyone, and welcome to. Oh, hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kentucky. It's Kentucky. Why? Hello. I regret to inform you that we are in Kentucky. I also regret to inform you that we are under Kentucky. Yeah. I'm having a time focusing today on keeping track of time and things like that. I didn't realize my 10-minute warning until 5 minutes through it. So we're scrambling a little bit here, but it is what it is. I hope you are all having at least a tolerable day on this Thursday afternoon. And thank you all, as usual, for joining me on this exciting journey into the pit. Yeah, so last time on Kentucky Route Zero, it's sort of a hard game to recap in some ways because of how ethereal the whole thing is. But we are trying to make a delivery in our antiques truck. We work for an antique store. We are trying to make a delivery to 5 Dogwood Drive. And in order to make it there, we need to take the Zero. A strange, getting into it involved us going and finding someone and then kind of teleporting through a television. There's also an entire other story going on with 3 people who are visiting an art museum, and let me tell you that there are at least 4 other stories that are actively going at the same time. And we're going to see how all of these things weave and weft together. We went through a mine where the parents, I believe, perished in a flood. But yeah, so this time we are going to start Act 2. Let's go. Letter. Attention. Lula Chamberlain. Your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably, we can only award 1 fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your obedient servant, Robert. Lula throws the letter in the wastebasket. Lula opens a folder on her desk labeled Proposals. Lula sorts through documents, all printed on a fading letterhead reading Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal 1. Site, hospital. Proposed use, auto dealership. Proposal 2. Site, distillery. Proposed use, graveyard. Site 3, basketball court. Proposed use, kennel. Lula reviews Proposal 2. Distillery still active, but scaling down operation to less than half of site. Distillery built on top of graveyard originally. Hybrid distillery graveyard could share resources. What resources? Chapel, once repurposed into bottling facility, could be repurposed into chapel. Endorsed. Lula reviews Proposal 1. Hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Auto dealership sanitation requirements comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle-style administrative offices could be repurposed into showrooms. Lula stamps the proposal opposed. Terrible. Oh, we don't get to do the third one. Rick clears his throat. He looks like a Rick. Busy? It's not important. Oh, okay. Great. Really great. I mean, sorry, that's not what I meant. Did you get my note? About the proposals? I've just finished them. Oh, great. Okay. I'll tell Diane. I think she was waiting on... I don't know. So, how'd your application go? I was in the mailroom. I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? Lula Chamberlain, I believe, was the artist that those three people were looking at in the interstitial between the acts. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, Act 2, Scene 1. His leg is getting kind of stiff now, Blue. I don't know if that's a good sign. I'm no doctor. Not by a long shot. Also, Pancakes, welcome in. I meant to say hello when you came in. I think I was just saying hello ambiently, but hello all the same. I meant to directly address that, but... Didn't we just pass this place? I don't think the Zero operates like the roads we're used to. I don't understand it either. So, what is this place? Looks like an office building. Yeah, an office building in a cathedral. This is weird, but... do you think we're... inside? Or outside right now? Both. How dare you not greet us properly? Pegasus Batspetter, welcome in. I greet you with the finest of reverence. Welcome in. Okay. Very poetic. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. End of the line? Seems that way. Not for us, I hope. Oh yeah, Conway got his leg hurt in the mine last time, which means he is currently just slow as fuck. Oh yeah, of course, there's a bell here. Hello.
Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out.
We're actually a bit lost, ma'am.
You're lost? So you're not the... Sorry, honest mistake. We were supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. I saw your truck and thought, well, you don't really look like one of those boys from the distillery anyway.
What do the boys from the distillery look like?
You never seen the boys from Hard Times? Well, count your blessings. They cut a grim profile. Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just mean to be passing through? That's the idea. It always is. You're gonna need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. But first, we gotta get you into the system, so you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now, let's see. Rick's booked proofreading drafts all afternoon, and Wanda's out on a site. Let me go make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There are some books over there in the waiting area, or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques?
The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across a beach. Its shell is an awkward shape. It must have once belonged to a different crab. Crab time! Crab mention. The television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nest. A scarf, a plastic shopping bag, a bit of a young girl's hair. The nest is warm, but precariously fragile. Did you find someone for us, Marianne? Where were the books you were talking about?
Oh, good. I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient, you never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor reviewing some diagrams. The elevator's just back to the left there, 5th floor.
Oh, this is the waiting area, yeah. Books. What books you got here? 3 books are piled on the table. A service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. Conway picks up the envelope. The envelope reads, Bureau of Secret Tourism. It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations.
She's on the 5th floor, right?
Conway scans a column of elevator buttons. 5th floor, diagrams and drafts. 4th floor, archives and records. 3rd floor, bears. 2nd floor, conference room. 1st floor, clerk's office.
What was that 3rd floor?
I'm going to the bear floor, y'all. Okay, meetings.
Yeah, that's just bears. It's what it says on the tin. You guys doing all right? You chill? You guys cool?
Why can't I talk to any of the bears? Oh, it's a giant pipe organ. I like the cursor for this game. The minimalism really works for me. And I like that the little finger bends when you click. Nah. Get in the elevator, Conway. Well, obviously we're gonna go to every other floor first and see what we can see. I'm not one to skip out on content, you see. Yeah, I am. Hello? Are you lost? We're looking for Lula Chamberlain. Oh no, she's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first so we don't waste any of Ms. Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get a case number assigned. Talk to Clerk Metzstein about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help! Alright, well.
Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent residences.
Ingestion card?
Oh, no ingestion card. Okay, that's okay. Just go talk to Clerk Bohm first, and he'll get you set up with one. Clerk Bohm is just over there in the corner. Happy to help.
Howdy. Here for an ingestion card? No problem. He rummages through some papers on his desk. Happy to help. He opens a few folders and quickly closes them. Looks like I'm out. But I know that there are some back in the archive. You'll have to put in a special request with Clerk McMillan. She's the document czar. Straight at the back of the end of the office there by the file cabinets. Okay. Yeah, I am gonna do the entirety of the Byzantine paperwork.
Documents request.
One ingestion card, please.
Happy to help. Please just put your requisition form in the inbox and I'll get to it as soon as possible.
Requisition form?
Yes. You don't have one? Shouldn't be a problem. They're quite easy to fill out. Just ask Clerk Metzstein and she'll get you sorted.
Oh my god, it's circle time.
Requisition form, no problem. I'll just need your ingestion card to mark it as outgoing in my logbook.
I don't have an ingestion card yet.
Oh, no ingestion card. Okay. That's okay. Just go talk to Clerk Bohm and he'll get you set up with one. Clerk Bohm is just over there in the corner. Happy to help.
Is this repeating? Here for an ingestion card? No problem. He rummages through some papers. Happy to help. Opens a few folders and quickly closes them. Looks like it. Yeah, okay, this is just repeating.
This is just a runaround. Where's Lula Chamberlain?
Oh, no, it's... I mean, that's her right there, in the, cardigan. I got an achievement called Paperclip Labyrinth of follow the bureaucratic loop 3 times.
Having fun in the Paperclip Labyrinth. Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me.
I'm fine.
No, you're not. How stoic? Or is it romantic? Are you a suffering artist? The receptionist said you could point us in the right direction. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it that you're trying to go?
We're looking for 5 Dogwood Drive.
Dogwood Drive? That's funny. Did you know I used to live on Dogwood Drive? This was years ago. A grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. I drank whiskey and beer. And made sculptures. But that Dogwood was a surface road. With a name like that, it would have to be.
What are you doing on the Zero?
Gas station attendant told us we'd need to take the Zero to get there.
Gas station attendant? I see. Friendly blind man, about my age, hangs out with an old cat, likes to pretend he's a poet.
His name's Joseph. You know him?
Joseph and I used to work together, and we lived together. We were friends. But that was a long time ago. We haven't spoken in years. Do you know why he's pointed you this way? It's because he's still in love with me, of course. And he's implicated you quite inconsiderately. And in your condition, it's appalling. So I'm very sorry for wasting your time, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. Get over yourself.
Lula pauses, taken aback.
Well, I guess that's fair. All right, maybe I can help you for Joseph. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same name. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases, and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large-Leafed Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive. Or so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, which we have in abundance here.
Do you have any records of those streets?
I expect we must. They'll be up in Archives and Records, 4th floor. It'll be filed under O for odonyms, probably, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed.
Cool, that's normal and a normal way to organize things.
Archives and Records, so 4th floor.
Which means we're immediately going to the 2nd floor. Can I talk to any of y'all? No? Am I interrupting your meeting? Do you mind? Yeah, I love Conway's fucking limp, because some of the angles make it look like he's just sashaying. Alright, well now we're going to the 5th floor because... Oh, shit. I clicked first. It was flipped. No, I didn't mean to come back here. I like that I can press up or down, and it doesn't matter. Like a real elevator. I don't know why it gives me the choice. Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor, and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that.
I'm extremely busy with these charts. Maybe one of the clerks on the first floor can help you. They're probably just looking at cat pictures. Get the fuck out of my office. Okay, man. Damn, this place is a mess. Okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess? Maybe there's some kind of system to all of these boxes. I'll just start digging. The small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. Note in logbook. Document staff. Please do not transfer any more records from the storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with the letters A, B, C, D, E, or F, or activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc. But air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. Several documents relating to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lots. Page 14. A single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. Inside back cover. Failing antique shops. Folder missing? Listed as checked in on page 63, but it's not present. Put the logbook. Page 63. Check-in. Failing antique shops. Monday, 3 p.m. Signee Ed Bohm. Put the logbook away. Nothing? Me neither. Half of these boxes aren't even labeled, and the rest are all from the first few letters of an alphabet. I couldn't find anything with an O or a G or an S. Maybe that clerk knows somewhere else we can look. I love bureaucracy. I love bureaucracy. Okay, her office is down on the first floor. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in progress. This was a cathedral not so long ago, can you believe it? And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. That's where you'll find the street name records, I expect. At the church. Marianne at reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. We should probably see a doctor. given our leg was fucking crushed in a mine.
Get what you need?
Lula said you could direct us to the church.
Oh, sure, the old storage lot. Just get back on the Zero and drive until you hit the crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it.
Just drive till you get to the crystal. All right, Blue. Back in the truck. It's time to go. Oop. My controller is plugged in. You can tell because it, started vibrating on my desk. Oh, it's the Scarecrow. The rowboat. These were the things in the, mine as well. Deja vu.
That's odd.
What?
Just, you know, deja vu.
Same here.
I always feel kind of embarrassed when that happens, like I'm in a play but don't know my lines.
The executive producer has joined us. You want to say anything? No? Okay. Hi.
Oh well.
You want to get settled, dude? Can you, like, stop? This tunnel's connected to the mine. Well. The bat feeder. The pendulum. The rowboat again.
Where's the damn crystal?
I think we gotta go the other way. Oh, there's the Scarecrow again. The bat wings. The cactus. The lightning bolt. This is a really normal road. The sandwich.
It's all connected.
Like there are themes and motifs. The icosahedron, the cathode ray, the bottle, the TV, the C note, the pipe organ, the crystal. Hey, there we go. All right, now turn around, which we just did. And that should take us to the self-storage. There we go. Act 2, Scene 2. St. Thomas Church. Is that it? Over there? It's dusty in here. You work with antiques. You should be used to a little dust, right? Oh! Here for the night mass? Where's the congregation? I guess this must look pretty strange. A church without a congregation? When they first moved in here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night, 2 on Sunday. But it got a bit awkward to fit everyone in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it as a thing that was falling apart, they lost their center of gravity and just started wobbling. Then the preacher stopped coming too. But he left his old tapes. Same with the organist. And I found some old acetates in the Bureau archive. Photos of people in churches. So I keep it running. You do what you have to, right? Right now, we have to find some Bureau documents. Oh, you're from the Bureau! I moved all those documents to Unit C315 to make room for the Mass. It's down at the other end of the building, same floor. I need to get the night Mass started, but you can borrow my keys. I'll go. You wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale. Nice lady. Well, I'd better get this running. Brandon presses play on an old tape machine. Conway listens to the homily. There are many days on which we proclaim the value of labor and celebrate the piety of the hard-working through feast or abstinence, recognizing Saint Joseph the worker, who was the foster father to our Lord Jesus, and who trained him in carpentry and in the merit of sweat. And this is one such day. Conway listens to the homily. On this day we celebrate with the feast of Saint Joseph the Worker. And on this day, other workers are also celebrating. Workers who do not attend Mass, or even one like it. Even workers who do not attend a church at all, but who toil with clarity, with dedication, with perspicacity. Who do so as we do here in our church, and as much as they reflect the activity of God. As we do, they cultivate the earth, and at sundown, they call the fruit of their labor very good. My leg is killing me. I bet everyone's telling you to see a doctor, but hey, I get it, too expensive. My dad cut his arm pretty bad on a job, but he stitched himself back up because we didn't have health insurance. But then his hand didn't work very well, and he got pretty depressed, and eventually it just sort of... Well, I guess I don't know what he should have done. Who knows, right? Conway listens to the homily. So, just as there is no dignity without sacrifice, there is no vocation without a vocation. Just as the left eye perceives that which is to the left, and the right eye perceives that which is to the right, and these images are summed, differentiated, and incorporated, and we find in our mind's eye an afterimage of divine light. Only where love and need are one, and the work is play for mortal stakes, is the deed ever really done for heaven and the future's sakes. Okay, that's it. Next, there are some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in, I don't think. And I don't remember them anyway. Hi, got it. Oh, we were just listening to the sermon. What? I found what we came here to get. The file on the street name changes. You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out. And then maybe we should go see that doctor the clerk recommended. Jesus, are you all right? What the hell? I'm okay. I've got you. You're all right. Shit, your leg is pinned. I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? Ah, it's all messed up. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now, let's see if this thing has power. Hey, old man, look at me. Can you hear me? What happened? I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was mumbling about the old mine for a minute. The old mine where we met. I'm okay. Bullshit. We're going to see that doctor. She hands Brandon the doctor's card. How do we get to this address from here? I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, you know, here and there. The bureau's the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time, commuters. Just go back the way you came, find the crystal, and then turn around. Oh yeah, we do have the Bureau of Secret Tourism pamphlet. The Bureau of Secret Tourism. Esoteric excursions for the intrepid and curious. All directions start from the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. River tunnels. These tunnels are a series of arterials excavated by runoff from an underground river which long ago evaporated. Now the tangled vessel of marooned echoes. Drive clockwise until you reach the feather. Pause for a moment to consider the cave walls. Reverse direction and drive counterclockwise until you hit the birdhouse. Now turn around again, and you're almost upon it. To return, simply find the feather again, and turn around. The Dymaxion Gallery. A gallery of mislaid futures, abandoned on lonely highways as American industrial design shifted its gaze to the intangible. Drive counterclockwise towards the TV. When you reach the TV, drive clockwise towards the antenna. Now turn around again and head just past the barn. To return to the Bureau, find the TV again and turn around. Mineral springs. These mineral springs radiate with vigor and sweat youth from the pores of the cave walls, its sweet dampness evaporating and then recollecting on the ruddy faces of rejuvenated bathers. Drive clockwise to the feather, then come back to the talon, turn again, and there you are. To return to the Bureau, find the feather again and turn around. Meditation tunnels. It is recommended as a site for meditation, an introspective labyrinth through which to walk one's concerns slowly, like a breathing exercise. Drive clockwise to the Scarecrow, then turn around and head counterclockwise until you reach the pendulum. Reverse direction once more, Keep driving clockwise, and you can't miss it. To return, find the Scarecrow again, turn around, and before long you'll be back at the Bureau. The Deep Valley. The site of an epic laceration to the very heart of the world, certainly left by some great power, perhaps a casualty in the battle between God and dinosaur. Drive counterclockwise to the bottle, turn around, drive clockwise to the still, turn around. You're nearly on top of it. To return, find the bottle again, turn around and head back. Happy hitchhiking! 270-301-5797. That is a real phone number you can call. But, we won't do that because it's also in the game. So there's the crystal, and now we're turning around. The staircase. The projector. The bell. The tree. The sprocket. The anchor. The bicycle. The feather. The wheelbarrow. The antlers. There's the Scarecrow. If I'm right, the Bureau should be right about here. Yeah. Alright, let's go to some of these tourist spots, though. Let's go to the river tunnels. Drive clockwise until you reach the feather. Pause for a moment, and then reverse direction until you hit the birdhouse. Clockwise to the feather. The crystal. Just love the really weird vibes of this geometry-defying circle. Stop and consider the wall. 31. And now we go to the birdhouse. Oop, and then turn around. And we're at the tunnels. The tunnels are described as a series of arterials excavated by runoff from an underground river which long ago evaporated, now the tangled vessel of marooned echoes. They're surprisingly large. A distant scratching sound catches Conway's attention from a tunnel leading downward. Another tunnel runs into darkness to the left. Climb down. Conway and Shannon climb down. The tunnel narrows a bit. The air is warmer here. Conway and Shannon climb down. Shannon has the sense that something is hiding just out of sight. Conway and Shannon climb down. 3 gray-furred cats sit on a piece of driftwood, tails coiled. They regard the intruders for a moment and return to their indifferent leisure. Hey, you're looking kind of tired there, old man. Want me to take the wheel for a bit? Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. I think we can do that to just fast travel back to the Bureau. Yeah. Jaw is super tight, making reading difficult. The Dymaxion Gallery. Drive counterclockwise towards the TV, then clockwise towards the antenna. TV to antenna. The Jaws. I love that the sandwich is 2 pieces of bread over a brick. Did the river tunnel have a camera icon? Can we get images of these places for our travel blog? I have to assume that that is what we are doing. A bottle. We are performing secret tourism. The TV. Turn around. Get to the antenna. The blades. The rocking chair. I always figure that these are like constellations, almost, in this like weird tunnel. And here's the gallery. The brochure describes this place as a gallery of mislaid futures, abandoned on lonely highways as American industrial design shifted its gaze to the intangible. It is a large warehouse full of oddly shaped vehicles, blimp-like rusted vessels, mostly painted in a dull green that has now faded towards brown. No path has been carved to navigate between them, and many have been damaged enough to leave menacing bits of metal running jaggedly through their small open spaces. It's all a visitor can do to stand at the edge of the building, neck craned, trying to get a glimpse of something. Wild. Very cool. Mineral springs. Clockwise to the feather. You almost went off the road for a second there. Can I take over? Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Clockwise to the feather, back to the talon. I feel like we're going in circles here. Oh, well. I'm gonna make that joke 1,000 times. Feather is down here, I believe. Yep. And turn around and go to the talon. And then turn around and you're almost upon it. The springs. As described in the brochure, these mineral springs radiate with vigor and sweat youth from the pores of the cave walls, its sweet dampness evaporating and then recollecting on the ruddy faces of rejuvenated bathers. The air does have a warmth and fragrance to it that seems to relax the nostrils. Shannon encourages Conway to rest his leg in the water. Rest for a while. Conway rests for a while. The water is warmer than it looks, and strangely soothing. Conway leans his head back, eyes closed. It still feels like night down in the cave, not just the darkness. Oh shit! Elf! Hello! Welcome in! Welcome into the weirdest game. Hello Raiders. I am Archaic Prospect, ARC, as it were. Welcome in. Happy to see y'all here. Right now we're playing Kentucky Route Zero. A very vibes-heavy game that is primarily atmospheric, narrative, and poetic. So it's going to be a lot of me just reading weird shit as usual. So if you like to hang out, by all means, pull up a chair, sit down, grab a drink, and hang on out with us as I continue to explore this bizarre and Byzantine underground non-Euclidean space. In addition, also, for my own viewers, I am going to be on Elf's stream again tomorrow morning, or morning for me, afternoonish for most people. But we're going to be playing Peak, so come on by and hang out for that. I'll post on Blue Sky when I go live and stuff like that if I remember. But yeah, hope your stream went well, Elf. Hope did you get more of the Christmas builds going? I was there for a while and then I had to run some errands and get started. But it's the most wonderful time of the year, I hear. Peak. All right, I'm gonna redo this line real quick. Conway leans his head back, eyes closed. It still feels like night down in the cave. Not just the darkness, but the lateness of it. Somewhere on the other side of this rock, the stars are still drifting along indifferently. He remembers some of Charlie's homework from when he first went to college. Charlie was home visiting Lizette and Ira for the weekend, and had some book about astronomy, or physics, or something. Maybe math. Watching the relative speeds at which different stars pan across the sky and using it to determine their distance. I've always loved winter as long as it's not just mud and cold. See, I even like the mud and cold, honestly, but I absolutely understand it. I'm a big winter enjoyer as well, which means living in California is a little rough sometimes. Our weather is much more stable and consistent. Leaving the spring, Conway finds a few small aquatic insects nestled in his pant leg. He leaves them behind. All right, back to the bureau. Got one or two more secret tourism spots. Meditation tunnels and the deep valley. So drive clockwise to the Scarecrow and then turn around until you get the pendulum. So clockwise to the Scarecrow. Every time it says clockwise, I do have to pause and go, okay, wait, which way forward? The amount of times I look at an analog clock these days is so low. So I don't think about clockwise and counterclockwise that often. And I never was able to internalize, like, clockwise is to the right and counter is to the left. So I have to double check in my brain every time, like holding up an L when I was bad at knowing my left and my right. Holding up your finger to make an L. Oh, Scarecrow. Oh, damn it, no. No. Go back to the Scarecrow. Come on, please. Good. Scarecrow. Turn around. Oh, what was the next one? So it's Scarecrow. To the pendulum. There we go. The animal bones. The brochure for these mossy tunnels recommends taking them as a site for meditation, an introspective labyrinth through which to walk one's concerns slowly, like a breathing exercise. A narrow tunnel extends to the right, and another to the left. Let's go left. I must travel counterclockwise to dinner. Good luck with your travels. Hope you get your leg fixed. Have a good dinner, Pegasus Bat Spider. Thanks for dropping by as you did. Conway and Shannon go left. Conway and Shannon enter a cramped passage. The narrow tunnel extends to the right, and another to the left. The moss begins to glow. Conway and Shannon go left. Conway and Shannon crawl on hands and knees through a slick passageway. The moss is glowing more brightly now. Conway and Shannon go left. Conway and Shannon step out into a large open room. The glow of the moss is almost blinding. Conway and Shannon go left. A narrow tunnel extends to the right, and another to the left. Close eyes. Oh, that just ends it? Damn. Alright, one more. We got the Deep Valley, counterclockwise to the bottle. I did it again. I had to pause and think again. Counterclockwise. I just talked about it. I'm still stupid. Bottle? Trek? Oh, God. The sandwich. As soon as we finish this last secret tourism, we're gonna hit an ad break, and then we'll get back to exploring. Bottle. Go at the bottle, turn around. Oh, it's just the bottle. What the brochure calls an epic laceration to the very heart of the world, certainly left by some great power, perhaps a casualty in a battle between God and dinosaur, is more of a rocky valley separating the road from a sheer cliff face. It is difficult to see how deep it runs as the rock slopes into a shadow, but the few dozen lanterns strung across at an interval suggest its scale. Larger than a basketball court, but smaller than a financial district. That's a normal metric of measurement. All right, back to the Bureau. Act 2, Scene 3. Bureau of Reclaimed Space. All right, y'all. In order to keep pre-roll off, we do a 3-minute ad break at the middle of the stream, so we're going to be doing that right now. Go use the restroom, grab a drink, do whatever you need to do, and we will be back in about 3 minutes. See you soon. And I myself am also going to use this opportunity, and I will be right back. Hello, everyone. I'm back. How is everyone? Hope you all doing good. Oop, back to the game. That's the game that I wanted. My head's fucking killing me, y'all. God, that dog is all skin and bones. Old hound. "25 seconds. Till the ads are done." Ooh, God. Just enough time to burn through my fucking Fallen London deck of opportunities. Alrighty, y'all. I believe we're back. Let's get on going to figuring out where the fuck we are and how to... Oh, kitty! Kitty! I wonder if this is one of the cats we saw in that ravine or whatever. In those tunnels. Back so soon? Can we talk to Clerk Lula Chamberlain again? I'm afraid she left in a big hurry, actually. Something happened with your meeting? We need to get to Interstate 65. Lula filed your papers, so you're in our system now. I can process you whenever you're good to go back. Just let me know. We're ready to be processed. She hands the receptionist Lula's card. Can you tell us how to get to this address? We're looking for Dr. Truman. Oh, of course. This is in a neighborhood just outside of Bowling Green. Get on the 65 going southwest. Take a right just past the observatory just before the river. If you continue north, you'll be there shortly. So a right past the observatory. All right. Oh, it's taking us. Oh, we're back on the roof. The farmhouse is silent and empty. The barn is still gone. So is the cave. A few horses graze in an empty field. Damn it. Navigating this map can be weirdly tricky. Joseph has fallen asleep in his chair. There's the observatory. Turn right and keep heading north. There it is. Dr. Truman's house? The neighborhood at the address on Lula's card has been demolished. In its place is a large museum, still partially under construction. Act 2, Scene 4. The Museum of Dwellings. Oh yeah, he was talking to his dog. Guy was a weirdo. What did he say? Just small talk, you know? Like you talk to your buddies or something. Like you talk to a dock worker, just like, damn, this is a lot of rain. I haven't seen rain like this since that storm a couple years back that took out Lizette's herb garden. I just feel bad for that old dog, getting dragged all over by a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on a porch somewhere. But that's loyalty for you. Well, they didn't stay long anyway.
I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in, but they didn't see me. He had his umbrella open inside.
What were they talking about?
The man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman, but he was already gone. But they didn't know, so they kept looking around.
I always just assumed they were from the power company. You know how they're always coming by unannounced and messing with this or that. I just shut myself up in my room and waited out. No sense getting involved. How did they get in? Must have been one of the kids who left the front door unlocked. Something's gotta be done. They run around like animals. You know that Flora left a can of soda on top of my shelter door and I almost killed myself slipping on that sticky mess the next morning. Something's gotta be done. Okay, Fred. I guess they must have gone through some papers here. It was in some disarray, and a few folders were pulled out and left on the table. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I only noticed because Diane is such a stickler. She's real organized, I mean. What folders were they looking at? Yeah, mostly stuff about the building site, I guess. They had a list of all the homes we relocated here, a list of original residences before we leveled the neighborhood. I guess they were looking for one of those old residents. They pulled out a list of the folks who didn't take the offer, folks who moved elsewhere, but they filed that back out of order. So I guess they didn't find what they were looking for there. Hey, while I have you here, work's kind of slowed down, and it seems like I know you folks know what you're doing, but it seems like residents are just kind of settling in? That's the idea. Yeah, I get that. Just, how about that roof, huh? You just write us a check and we'll finish it right up. I know you've got this museum thing going on, but you don't want to be slumlords now. I like the style of doing the exploration in post-facto interview. Yeah, they came by and knocked on the window, and we had a bit of a talk through the glass. I would have come out, but you know, shady characters. What did you talk about? They were asking about Dr. Truman, and I told them what all I know about that, which is not very much. What do you know about Dr. Truman? I told them. He moved in here with the rest of us when you folks bought up the neighborhood, and then one day his house was gone. That's all I know about that. I don't want to talk about that anymore.
I heard them banging around out there, and I just stayed quiet. I don't know what they wanted. I just put my headphones on and tried to ignore them, tell you the truth.
Welcome to the Museum of Dwellings. None of them permanent, it seems like.
Do you know, at first I thought it might be Hudson walking up to visit. I'd heard him working on his boat just a bit earlier before the storm started. But then I saw the stranger's limping gait and the young woman with him, and I knew it couldn't be. I invited them in for a glass of bourbon, which they politely declined, so I talked to them on the porch for a bit.
What did you talk about?
Oh, we talked a bit about the neighborhood. I told them about the Hudson and his sailboat, and the nice young couple in the greenhouse, and the charming Dr. Truman who used to live here. They were very interested in him, but, oh, of course, well, I don't know where he went. Do you know, I don't believe either of them had ever set foot on a houseboat before. I don't know that the older man had ever even seen an ocean, in fact. It has always been my fondest dream to retire on a houseboat. That's why I accepted your offer and moved in here. It isn't perfect, but what home ever is? I only wish the house would sway a bit. I find that it settles my nerves. Well, if we have another storm like that last one...
Oh, I didn't see the boxcar up here. Check that one after the tent. They were hollering at that empty tent you folks have on display. Hey, if you ever need anyone to stay in there, I've been in worse positions. Oh, I can't get up to the boxcar. Okay. Fine. I won't examine the boxcar, Kentucky. Route 0. I just forget that I can zoom in. It's never really useful. Do you think this forklift is a temporary dwelling? Who the hell is this? Hey man, are you real? No? Okay. Well... Sure, I talked to them for a bit. Actually, we talked for quite a while. I wasn't busy. I was happy for the company. Can't sleep in a storm like that. I never could. What did you talk about? I had a bottle in my coat, and I could see the old guy was looking at it, and his leg was hurt pretty badly. So I offered him some. He got real awkward about it. I bet he's in a program. Anyway, they were asking about Dr. Truman. I remember him. He was here for a bit, and then he left. So that's what I told him. Is that a fucking kennel? Or a chicken coop?
We gotta get some real chickens in that coop.
Chicken coop.
Do some homesteading. None of these folks know how to live off the land, you know what I mean?
Sure. We'll look into it. It's a doghouse. But I don't see a dog. Oh, wait, there it is. The dog was in nearly as bad shape as the old man, just sort of shrugging along. They found some treats in the doghouse exhibit. That seemed to cheer him up a bit.
I think you need to get some real horses in the stable.
Did the strangers go in the stable?
No, they just poked around for a bit and talked about barns. They were pretty boring.
The cops are coming. I don't think it picked up on my mic, but there were sirens outside.
I was playing in that empty cabin, and they came by. They asked about...
Oh, wait, no, this is a different one.
I was playing in that empty cabin, and they came by. They asked about Dr. Truman. I know where he went, but I didn't tell them.
Did you talk about anything else?
The lady asked me about my parents, and I told them that they were upstairs in the greenhouse. Do you want to hear a weird story? A weird story?
Of course I do.
The old man asked me about the cabin. He said it looked like another home he knew, and he wanted to know where it came from, and I told him that nobody lived there, so he went inside and he took a long time exploring, and when he came back, he told me all about it.
What did he find in the cabin?
He went upstairs, but he also looked around the other rooms. I played with the dog.
What did he do upstairs?
He looked in some boxes, he looked out the window. He could see the museum better when he was than when he was downstairs. He could tell how it was all put together, and the cabin too. He could see the shape of it better from up there. Now, the part that's weird. He said he went into the basement.
That cabin doesn't have a basement.
He said he found a secret door in the floor. Then he found a rope leading down a long pit, and he climbed down. The walls were covered in glowing moss. He tried to eat some of the moss. It made him confused, and he wandered around until he found a garden. The garden was very dangerous. But he escaped because he's very tall. So then he came back out of the cabin, and we said goodbye, and I didn't talk to them anymore. Did that happen? Does it matter?
Can I get to this house? Nope, we're back to the main. All right, I think it's time to go up. 'Cause there was that big old elevator in the back. Looked like a crane. I think it is a crane because they didn't finish the fucking roof of this museum. Up. Oh, we're I was like, why aren't we moving? We're waiting for the world's slowest dog. Beautiful. God, I love rain. I miss rain. A giant eagle. We were working in the greenhouse, and I saw them come up in the elevator. They were lost, obviously.
It was obvious. Oh, of course. I saw them looking at that odd-shaped building.
Sure, the rounded metal one.
Yeah, that one. The House of the Future sort of thing. I always thought it looked more like a grain bin. Actually, I guess it's sort of romantic. Anyway, they seemed interested in it. Tired, huddling under their umbrellas, but they stopped to examine the strange building.
Yeah, dude. A weird building. Fish, 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 fish. Hello, Faith. Welcome in. I assume you came by on Elfie's raid. Difficult to see or even hear a storm like that. But I was awake and alert, studying the week's forecast. It should even out shortly, I'd say.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back to somewhere else.
Did you talk to them? Yes, we had a short conversation. The young woman heard my radio crackling from the cabin and asked about it. The old man seemed a little disoriented. What did she want to know about your radio? She thought she recognized the model just from the noise it was making. I didn't even know the model myself. She told me many old radios from the period had badly designed tuning circuits that caused a kind of resonant feedback in certain spots on the dial. Easy to pick out if you have the ear for it. Smart young woman. I always love to have a chat with an artisan. Well, then they had to leave, looking for a doctor, I think. The old man was having a bad time. It was a short conversation.
Flora was playing down on the lower level, and we'd been having a glass of wine in the greenhouse. We ducked out of the way when he came in. After all, they were complete strangers.
We didn't know them. Did you overhear them talking?
Well, I heard the young woman ask her friend about his job. He's some sort of furniture collector or dealer, I think. It didn't look like things were going well. Maybe they were here looking for a buyer.
Yes, definitely. Some kind of furniture collector or dealer. I heard him talking about antiques.
I saw you. I saw you folks drive up. I like your truck. What kind of truck is that?
We got a couple of them at the shop, but this is the only one that runs.
Oh, yeah. With a truck like that, you gotta keep it up. That's why me and Julian don't use a truck. We just carry the houses.
That sounds very impressive.
Yeah, it's a big job. Me and Julian take them out of the forest every night.
If Lurk again, buddy needs me. Well, thanks for dropping by, Faith, and thanks for the lurk. I appreciate it. Why do you...
Me and Julian take them out to the forest every night, and then we bring them back at dawn before the museum opens.
Ah, the joys of being a parent. I can only imagine.
It sounds hectic, at the very least.
Good luck. Why do you take them into the forest?
The museum is an okay place to live in the daytime, but it's no good at night. Folks just can't sleep in a place like this. Or when they do, it gives them nightmares. So we just take them out to the forest to sleep and then bring them back in the morning.
And Dr. Truman's in the forest already?
Yes, ma'am. He's out in the forest. Me and Julian took him out there a few nights ago, and he didn't want to come back. He lives there all the time now.
Can you tell us how to get there?
You have to follow the Green River all the way out east and then hop over Lake Cumberland. The roads don't go there. But me and Julian can take you. We were just about to go anyway. I just gotta call him over. Yeah!
Well, my umbrella. Hey. I needed that. From this height, the museum looks like a blocky crater, slowly filling with rain. An all-night diner by the side of the road. The lights are off. I do not know. I said east? Means I'm going the wrong... Or did he say what? Did he say... What was that? I saw a thing. Show me what I see. House. The flayed hull of a country home smolders in the night. Parts of the property are obscured by smoke. You have to follow the Green River way out east and then hop over Lake Cumberland. A country church with a pitched roof and a 3-story spire. A large LED display glows in the parking lot. Behind the church are several dusty metal trash cans, a few of which are opened. Oh, you know, just riding on a giant eagle to the doctor's house. As one does. Oh, I see how to control the bird now. A tiny gray figure walks along the side of the road carrying what appears to be a guitar case. He is followed by a smaller shape. A dog? Scoop, welcome in. Hello. He looks tired. How's the holiday party thing that you managed to salvage from terrible music? A large dirt parking lot surrounds the bait shop. A sign is vaulted above the road on a thin steel bar. Bright but unsteady lights throb from the windows of the shop's back room. From above, the huge swaying tipple looks like a small wooden lattice framing the edge of the mine entrance. It ran really well, but I'm tired now. That's fair. You deserve rest. You've been working like hell this week. I'll be bringing you egg tarts and boba leftovers. Ooh, look forward to it. Thank you. I've sworn I saw a farmhouse that I could look at somewhere around here. I can't find it again. Oh, there's the lake, it looks like. A shadowy figure drags itself out of the lake, stuffs its limbs into a smart blue suit, and then trudges slackly out of view. This game sounds like the PS2 loading screen. It absolutely does. At least this bird's eye segment. This is 100% the like main menu screen on the PS2 when you didn't have a disc in it. Why are these rivers so fucking sharp? Oh no, this is the lake. That is not a lake. Act 2, Scene 5. Can I help you, sir? A forest. God, I love the effects on the trees here. Pizza time. Boy.
Black smoke's arising and it surely is a train. Surely is a train, boys. Surely
Come on.
is a
Go get him. Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
smoke's
There you go.
arising and it surely is a train. I'm on my long journey home.
But I want to highlight this again, how much I absolutely adore the effects of the trees here, especially with the eagle. The, like, half 3D, half, that, like, I don't know what it's called, but when you have the, like, vertical bars in between things. Just, God, I can't get over how gorgeous I find this game. It's okay. Just take it easy. We gotta get back on the road. We will. But we need to get this leg looked at first. Right now, you're in no condition to haul anything out of that truck, even when we do find Dogwood Drive. Why is this delivery so important to you? I don't know. Okay. Well, who knows why we do anything, right? Somehow it seems important to me, too. Maybe we'll figure it out when we get there. How'd you come to be with these people? I bet you were pretty wild when you were younger. When I'm old like you, I'll still be wild. Just this movement through these places. It's beautiful. Love it. Shouldn't be much farther now. I think I see where the settlement ends over there. This forest is full of shadows. The moonlight helps. Closer to the cities, you don't get moonlight like this. It gets all washed out. Light pollution, you know? I guess it's still there. You just can't see it. How are you feeling? I'm just thinking about getting back to work. We're almost there. We'll get you patched up and back in that truck. We can handle this. Have you ever been over to the lake? It's really deep. Me and Julian fly over it all the time. We can see it all through the water. Such a cool effect. This is one of my favorite scenes. Do you have any family you're close with? Brother or sister? Kids? I have a brother, but I wouldn't say we're close. What does he do? Some kind of banker? Kind of a jerk, sometimes. Yeah, I know the type. You never talk to him? Nah, I burned that bridge pretty bad. Who knows? I guess I was always closest with Weaver. As close as someone can be with a girl like that. She was always on her own wavelength, but we were the same age growing up, and everyone else was so busy. When she disappeared, I got pretty angry, and I guess I just stayed that way. I never really understood her, but I knew her. It's lonely without someone like that around. Sorry, you're a good listener. I bet you come from a big family of dogs. Well, I have a pretty good-sized family, too, I guess. I guess we'll see the rest of them pretty soon. He's inside with Dr. Truman. Are you coming in? Sure, I'll come in. Dr. Truman lets me watch TV sometimes. My folks never watch TV, but I like the way it looks. I like the way it looks, too. I fix TVs, you know.
Whoa, cool! A TV scientist. I bet you make a lot of money. My folks had a really nice house, bigger than any of these houses, but it made them worried all the time. Then the bank took it back. We had to sleep at the bus station, but I could never get to sleep, so I just went out to fly around every night with Julian. We flew really, really far, and we never got lost. But when we came back in the morning, they were all gone.
They just left you?
I don't think so. All our stuff was still there. Maybe they got lost somewhere. Let's go see what's on TV.
The cutaway of the house, the fact that it doesn't have walls and just goes right into the woods. As any student of the Manses knows, it has no walls. And yeah, I think during that exit interview is when I really realized how badly they had me. But how else can you pay for medical school? I have college friends with debts that you can't expect to pay that back unless you're planning to sell painkillers on the side or something. Or, you know, some kind of administrative thing. I don't know. Having seen what arthritis did to my grandmother and my best friend in high school, destroys wrists building synthesizers. I mean, he was like 17. Ailments of the joints and limbs just seem important to me. I hope that answers your question. Getting a scholarship with that pharmaceutical company had a lot of strings attached, but at least I have somewhere to practice, even if I have to follow the market trends a bit. And hey, thanks to all those seminars, I'm an expert on the medical uses of Niripinol TM. It's not so bad. So, how about that leg? What happened exactly? My leg was crushed by falling rocks. Ah, crushing injury. Yeah, those can be pretty bad. Everything gets compressed, and there are a lot of little pieces to... You know what? Never mind. Let's just take a look. How bad could it be, right? Dr. Truman, I'm not sure I trust you.
What are they singing about?
They're singing about going home.
Yeah, they're singing about their home because they're lost right now. It's a scary song.
It's scary, but you can still sing about it.
Your friend's in pretty bad shape, isn't he?
But it's nothing we can't handle. You might have a few things to look out for in the future. Be a bit gentler with the leg or the way you walk, but you'll be okay. I've dealt with similar cases before. So, the anesthetic we'll use is called Niripinol TM. It's pretty experimental, but it's more appropriate in cases like yours. The way it works is, I'll count backwards from 5 to start the process, and then we'll just have a normal conversation as the Niripinol TM takes effect. Then I'll get started. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's talk about billing for a moment. The pharmaceutical company I'm contracted with... Guys, I'm having a hard time reading this. Ah! Double pizza time. Sir. Oh, he's back. You have to eat them on camera, though. That's part of the deal. I'll lift you up. Seems like a you problem. It's very readable. I think it's the drugs. End of Act 2. Ugh. him eat. I don't know if we have time for the entertainment, because this is the long interstitial. I think we're gonna save the entertainment for next time. Given that I'm starting to get a headache anyway. Given that, good, yeah, it is the one. Ominous Nia and Scoop. It's that one. It's Good Christian Woman. It is so long. I do not have time to do that one this evening. So I'm gonna leave that for next time when we get to open with, well, we get to open with the worst part of the game. I'm gonna be honest here. I still enjoy a lot of parts of it, but it is so slow and so weirdly paced and so for it. But then everything gets better. So, and the interstitial after this is super cool because it's the phone number that was on the back of the Bureau of Secret Tourism, which when I was first playing this game, I will tell you a story. In order to fill the last time of it, because I thought it was really cool, and it was the thing that cemented this game as both fascinating art project to me and also something that I really enjoyed, because I was playing it really late at night, and it's a great game for that because the vibes are fantastic for that whole situation. But I saw the number on the back, and I'm sitting here going, is it real? Because whenever you see one of those numbers in media properties like that, a lot of the time you just kind of go, is it real? So, boldly, I called it. It's real. It is absolutely worth calling. It's in the game. It's really entertaining. It is navigating a phone tree like a fever dream. Like an artistic phone fever dream. It's just, I love it. I love the game. I love the whole situation. I don't love the entertainment as an interstitial. But I'm going to stop us there, I think. I'm going to run over to Twitch real quick and see if there's anyone I want to kick y'all to. Oh, it looks like everybody's watching Jeff Kiwi's Game Awards. I have no one to well, actually, I'll kick you guys over to Hack Recklessly. It's another actual play. Ava was in one of these. No, she's not in this one. I don't know if I want to raid somebody that I don't know if I don't have a friend in there. Yeah, so we're not going to do that, actually. Ignore me. I'm just saying things. So I'm just going to end it here, actually. And meander and peter off, because that's the way I go. As always, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody taking the time. If you're going to be here tomorrow, I'm going to be on the Diet Elves stream. She and I are going to be playing Peak tomorrow starting at 10 Central. And then we will be fucking around there. So if you want to come hang out, I think it'll be a good time. So please look forward to that. But for now, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your evening. And thank you for joining me again. See you next week. Or tomorrow if you come hang out at Adelphi's. Bye. Hey, if you stuck around to the end of the video, I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed. If you want to help support me in making more of this, you can follow me on Twitch, where I stream these live. Like, comment, and subscribe. I suspect you all know how this works by now, but it really does help a lot. Thanks.